Hello, good afternoon, and thanks for joining us on News at 1 live on Metro TV. We are coming to you from our studios here in Laboni, Accra. The news that are making the headlines this hour. Unemployed graduates with physical disabilities present petition to officials at the presidency. We'll tell you how they eventually managed to get access to the Flagstaff house. $225 megawatts power barge enters Ghana territorial waters today. Lebanese community in Ghana awards scholarships worth 24,000 cedis to 16 students of Kwame Nkrumah University, Science and Technology. Producer price inflation for October pegged at 2.8%, a decrease of 2% recorded in the previous month. That's coming up in business. Well, let's now get into the details of the bulletin, where the highly anticipated 225 megawatts power barge will enter Ghanaian territorial waters on Thursday, but would it get to its final destination, Tema, on Saturday?
The power barge was scheduled to reach Tema on Friday. However, delay in documentation and routine formalities at the Abidjan port, where the power barge was offloaded by the Black Marlin, caused a one-day setback. According to some media reports, the car power barge that was built by Turkish engineer is expected to dock at the Tema port on Saturday, November 28, 2015 at around 8 a.m. local time. And President John Dramani Mahama is expected to formally inaugurate and inspect the power barge in some 10 days. The power barge is expected to be complemented by 250 megawatts power plant already going through the final process to feed the national grid. Power producer Volta River Authority (VRA) brought in the 250 megawatts power plant from Africa and Middle East resource investments to mitigate the country's power deficit. The AMERI power plant, according to the Power Ministry, should be feeding the national grid by next week. The Ghana National Petroleum Corporation had indicated it had guaranteed the payments for the fuel subject to clearance from another financial institution. However, it seems that confirmation has not been completed. The car power barge is expected to sell power at 12 cents per unit, which is equivalent to 44 pesos. Customers would have to bear the full cost, and with service providers and Public Utility Regulatory Commission arguing for the need to increase tariff, upward adjustments of electricity should be expected.
Well, so the power barge must be in by Saturday. Now, the largest opposition party, the NPP, is urging members to converge at its headquarters tomorrow to protest against the raid at its offices. The party is particularly asking all MPs, national and regional executives to be present. It has also asked ordinary supporters to join. Deputy Communications Director Perry Okujeto justifies the planned action, claiming the government has a hand in it. He spoke to my executive producer, Eric Ahianyo.
Well, what we intend to do is to hold a press conference at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. What we have asked is that we want the leadership of our party at the national level, regional and constituency level. And we have said also that we want our supporters to be dressed in red or black or have red armbands to support our democracy. What we seek to do is to protect the sanctity of our democracy, because we think that the raid of our party head office is a dent on our national democracy. We need to protect the democracy that we enjoy. We need to protect the freedoms that we enjoy as a people, and we think that a raid party is an affront
Those arrested are your members.
My brother, the issue is simple. The people in are members. Granted that they are our members. Are our members now in charge of the security agencies, where they have access to police vehicles, they have access to military vehicles, they have access to military uniforms and weapons, and can commandeer such people to come and ransack our party offices, not only ransack the party offices, but take away vital documents. These people are educated enough to be able to computers. We do not take this lightly. We do not take this attack lightly as a political party. We think that there are unseen hands, behind this operation. We know for a fact that the President of the Republic is the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. The Armed Forces have said publicly that they have not sanctioned officially any operation of this nature. We think that there has been an unofficial sanction of such, a raid on the party's headquarters. The people got access to police who came and said they were a patrol team and, knocked our gate for our security people to open for them to be able to enter the party.
And do you have proof of all these allegations you are making?
These are issues that are before the police. Because at our party head office, just 8 p.m., if you are not official, you are not allowed into the premises. The only reason why the security guards at the party office opened the gate was because they saw a police vehicle and saw policemen in uniform standing at the gate.
So members of the New Patriotic Party are supposed to come into the headquarters tomorrow to protest against that. Now, an Accra Circuit Court has granted a bail of 10,000 cedis with 2 sureties to the 11 alleged suspects who invaded and caused damage to properties at the NPP's headquarters on Monday. Presiding Judge Abena Opon Ajin-Doku added that each of the 11 accused will sign a bond of good behavior.
The 11 accused of raiding the NPP's headquarters were made of 10 young men and a lady. The accused were charged with unlawful entry, unlawful purpose, and causing unlawful damage to properties, but they all pleaded not guilty. Lawyer for the accused, Abdul Aziz Mohammed, prayed the court to grant them bail since the 11 are NPP youth who are aggrieved about recent wrangling in the party that might lead to the party's fall in the 2016 elections. But the state prosecutor, DSP Abraham Ano, prayed the court to remand the accused to enable them finish investigations and to unravel the mystery surrounding the live ammunitions that were retrieved from them. Presiding Judge Abena Opon Ajin-Doku granted a bail of 10,000 cedis with 2 sureties each, with an additional that the 11 will sign a bond to be of good behavior. In default, each of the 11 accused will serve a 3-month jail term before the actual case.
The judge's main argument was that the Republic is saying that there were 480 others. So if there were 480 others and there are only 11 in court, then it means that if I allow these people to go on bail, then they are not likely to interfere with investigations because there are 480 others out there. If these were the only 11 people that were arrested, then probably the judge's decision might be different. So I'm not disappointed. I respect the ruling of the judge.
The case is adjourned to the 8th of December 2015.
Well, let's move to some other stories. And just this morning, some aggrieved unemployed graduates with physical disabilities tried to picket at the FLAGSTAFF house earlier today. Now, they were stopped by the security men who spotted them gathering around the Ghana Water Company office, which is yards away from the FLAGSTAFF house. Our reporter David Atto was there and has joined me in the studio to tell us what exactly happened. Let me ask you, you have filed a report already though, but can you take us through exactly what happened as and when you went there?
It's been close to 4 hours of standoff at the FLAGSTAFF house. As you rightly said, we have 2 groups. You have the unemployed graduate with disability of Ghana, and then another group. They are all joined together, but they are separated. And then we have deaf graduate teachers across the country.
Deaf Graduate Teachers across the country.
Association. Wow. They are so 2 groups, but they are all enjoined in this disability group. So what they wanted to do was, first, they had arranged, to picket at the Flagstaff House. A surprise one, of course, because they had not informed the officials at the presidency. So we got there when we had wind that they were picketing just around the. So that's in the shot there. Those are the members of the association who. There was when the military had moved in to intervene to allow them, not to allow them to enter. So we got there and as soon as we joined them to move into the Flagstaff House, we were stopped by the security agencies. The military moved in.
That's the pressmen? That's the
pressmen.
Right.
So Metro and TV3 and then a reporter from City FM.
Right.
So we were stopped and then I was called, in front because initially I thought I was the leader of the delegation. So I had to make myself known that I wasn't the leader of the delegation before I was allowed. And
of course, you're a popular pressman, so they should have been able to recognize you.
They stopped my cameras from recording. That was the first state.
Yes.
Stopped the cameras from recording, and then they called their superiors from the presidency. The guy comes in and says, delete whatever visuals you've got on the camera. And I said, whoa, we can't do that because I don't have the clearance from my office.
Yes.
So we were there, and then we saw the more inflow of security personnel, police, and then military. So after about 30 minutes of shuffling in there, the guy said no.
Shuffle? Were you attacked?
I wasn't attacked.
Okay.
I wasn't attacked.
Okay.
I wasn't attacked. But
okay.
It was just confrontation, just trying to get across, just to get a story.
Yes, I understand.
Because it was an interesting thing. So the guys, the association, the members were saying that, look, we have written several petitions. The issue was that they want to petition the president himself. One, if the president wasn't at the Flagstaff House, they wanted the vice president. If the vice president wasn't there, they wanted the chief of staff. So these are the 3 key people they would listen to. Apart from that, they were not ready to listen to anybody.
Right.
And they had brought bags full of gari and, whatever necessities they would need. So these are the Flagstaff House, where finally after about...
They had gotten access to it. It looks as if they had gotten access to the Flagstaff
House. After about an hour
House.
outside, we had the information that the chief of staff wanted to meet the group. And I think that was a brave call because we were all thinking that, look, it's a security threat. They being there without prior information was itself a security threat to the presidency. But they took upon themselves to receive the petition. And you can see James Ajenim Boateng, who stood on behalf of the chief of staff, who we learned at that time was at the national security briefing at that time.
So let's come back to their case. What exactly is their case? The reason why they came to the Flagstaff House, threatening that if they don't get listened to by the president, the VP, or the chief of staff,
they want jobs.
They were going to sleep there.
They want jobs. If you remember last year, the president in the State of the Nation address promised that 5,000 disabled persons were going to be given jobs. Following that, they said they had made arrangement. They had pressed upon officials from the presidency that we had this agreement. Within the Disability Act, they should be given some access to some jobs by government. So they went to the public, I think one of the public commissions to express their grievances. And they met the Minister for Employment and the Minister of Labor and the Minister of Education. 14 of their members were promised jobs.
Which hasn't come in yet.
Which hasn't come in yet. But
I'm sure you spoke to some of them.
Yes, we spoke to some of them, so we can take a listen if the bite is ready and listen to what they had to say.
Right.
It's so sad and frustrating. If Kwasi Champon with the Public Service Commission organized, an interview for people on the 25th of June, and the Public Service Commission said that all of them have passed, and Kwasi and Kwabenu coming to tell us that because the people are disabled, he can't work with them, he will never give them any job, they can go to hell. That's why we are here. He told us we can go to Bema Camp because the Bema Camp has the armory. That's why we are here. So we think that the president might do the honorable thing by sacking Vincent Kwabenu because he's not a public figure. What he is a public office. But he's behaving as if the place belongs to his father. And he can speak on top of his head to anybody without... He's showing total gross disrespect to the Minister of Employment and Labor Relations. He issued the directive on the 8th of October. The presidency issued a directive on the 8th of October. This man said that because the president didn't consult him, he is not going to accept anything from anybody. After who is he that he won't listen to the president? So for us, that is why we are here. These are the things he has done, and we hope that the president will do the honorable thing. If he doesn't want us to be on the street, to sack Kwabenu and to immediately employ us and give TS to employ those who have gotten the assurance letters immediately before 3rd of December. What will make us stand down is that a firm assurance from the president. If you heard in the news that the president has said that he has listened to us, and in the next few days they are going to get the appointment letters as in GES and YEA and sack Kwabenu. Why am I saying sacking him? Adongo is a deputy CEO. He said the president didn't consult. Well,
so David, their case has been heard, and I believe the government has shown some level of commitment, at least by meeting them. But they are calling for Kwabenu to be sacked.
And I think this is the chief executive of the Youth Employment Agency.
Right. I think
apparently, they've gone there, and the man didn't. According to what David told us, the man, sacked them from the office, and they feel it's an infringement on their human rights.
Yes, of course.
So they think that the man should leave, and as such, if he doesn't leave office by December 3rd. They are planning a massive demonstration, and that's the day of the disabled.
Yes, I know.
So they are setting a big demonstration across the country if government fails to listen to their
plans. I'm sure you would follow up and bring us updates.
Oh, definitely.
Right. Okay, so that was my colleague David Atto with us in the studio reporting on the issues that unraveled this morning around the Flagstaff House. This is Metro News. We'll be back with some more stories. Please don't go away. You're welcome back from the break. This is News at 1 live on Metro TV. Let's do some more stories now. And the youth of Denu in the Ketu South district of the Volta region are protesting against government's policy to allow the import of bagged cement into the country. They claim this is threatening about 600 jobs by a local producer, Diamond Cement Company.
Denu is one of the sprouting towns in the Ketu South district. Besides trading, many residents are farmers. The Diamond Cement Company sited in the area has created jobs for scores of people, especially the youth, directly or indirectly. The company, which produces over 1.5 million tons of cement annually, employs 400 directly and over 1,000 casual workers. Over the last few months, the residents had complained about pollution as a result of production, but they believe assurances to address the matter are satisfactory and do not want other activities that might threaten jobs created by the company. According to the aggrieved youth, the import of cheap bagged cement into the country is a bad policy which threatens the survival of the company. They claim about 600 indigents risk losing their jobs, and this must stop.
Diamond Cement, which is the only surviving factory in the Volta region, employs about 600 people directly from the Aflahu and its catchment areas. If care is not taken, looking at the current trends and the sales, the fall of the sales, maybe by the end of this year, half of that number may be laid off. And if they are laid off, we foresee the social implications to the Aflau and the Ketu South municipality.
Hundreds of them carrying placard embarked on a peaceful protest calling on government to take a second look at the policy.
This is a government that is always traveling outside the country, looking for foreign direct investment, looking for companies to come and establish in Ghana. It therefore means when the factory is established in Ghana, the state or the government must protect that industry. What is happening and what Dangote is doing, we don't see it as a competition, but it's just dumping.
They claim this is the second petition they are presenting to government through the district chief executive. They are threatened to continue the protest till their concerns are addressed.
And in business this afternoon, producer price inflation rate for October 2015 is pegged at 2.8%, down by 2.0% for the rate recorded in September 2015. Deputy Government Statistician for Operations, Anthony Amuzu, attributed the decrease to three sectors, namely manufacturing, utility, mining and quarry.
Year producer inflation for all industry was 2.8% in October 2015, while the monthly change rate was negative 0.7%. The mining and quarrying subsector recorded the highest year-on-year producer price inflation rate of 8.7%, followed by the utility subsector with 5.3%. The manufacturing subsector recorded the lowest year-on-year inflation rate of 1.0%. The monthly changes in the producer price index indicated that mining and quarrying recorded the highest inflation rate of 2.4%, followed by the utility subsector with no change. The manufacturing subsector recorded the lowest rate of negative 1.6%. Deputy Government Statisticians for Operations explains that while manufacturing and utility had positive impact on the producer price inflation, mining and quarrying had negative impact on prices, particularly because of gold price on the international market.
When you take the mining and quarrying, we have the various components. We have the gold production, we have diamond production, we have the quarrying itself and all that. But you have to look at the various components and how much weight they add to the inflation within that subsector. And those are the determinants. So if, for example, quarrying doesn't contribute much and the prices go up in terms of quarry products, it wouldn't affect that subsector very much.
Welcome to the sports news on News at 1. I am Kwasi Adam. We start with the Black Stars. And in an exclusive interview with Metro Sports, Black Star coach Avam Grant has explained why he spends so much time in Europe.
First, I will not say what about my contract. It's between me to the GFA. But the contract basically speaks that I need to do first for the Black Stars. And it was my idea to arrange courses for the coaches. When I came to the meeting here, I said this is what I want to do. If the coaches want it, of course. But I arranged it already. It's in the hand of, not in my hand now. I cannot, unless they want me to pay for my money and take this. So the courses is already there, and I think they're trying to find a solution for this. And my door is open for all the coaches to speak and everything. This is not a problem. In my contract, there's nothing about this, of course, that I need to know. Nobody in the GFA are not, how do you say, they're not stupid. They know that most of the players are playing abroad, and I need to monitor them. And by the way, I say again, I don't have a problem to stay in Ghana. There's no problem. Ghana is a wonderful country, but I need to work. I need to do my job. And most of the players are playing abroad, so we need to do them, but nothing in the contract, of course.
And that's it for sports. I am Kwasi Adam.
Right, thank you very much. So I take over from here. Kwasi will be rounding up very soon. But just before that, the Lebanese community in Ghana has increased its scholarship support to law students of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology from 12 to 16 for the 2015-2016 academic year. The scholarship amounts to 24,000 Ghana cedis.
The Lebanese community in Ghana for the last 3 years has been offering scholarships to brilliant law students of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. The scholarship support, which is based on merit, started with about 8 students during the last academic year. Speaking at a check presentation ceremony in Kumasi, the Lebanese ambassador to Ghana, Ali Halabi, stressed on bilateral relations between Lebanon and Ghana and the need to support Ghana's educational sector.
To celebrate 16 of our bright students who have stood tall in their academic work. The Lebanese community in the country identified the star in each of these students and decided to award them scholarship to spare them to achieve greater feats, especially within the academic arena.
The Dean of Law Faculty, Dr. Lydia Apori Ankansa, underscored the high academic standard set at the faculty as a result of the scholarship scheme.
The scholarship you've offered is not a blanket scholarship. You have an inbuilt mechanism for sustenance. It means that, and this is what actually happens, you haven't given the scholarship for 4-year period, no. Every year, you call for the students' performance and review the performance. And so this brings about accountability.
The Vice Chancellor of KNUST, Professor William Otu Ellis, who received the check, thanked the Lebanese community for its continuous support.
A very benevolent support there from the Lebanese community in Ghana. This has been Metro News. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Kwasi Afriyie.